Good morning, MacLaren. Today is Monday, April 27th, 2020. The weather today looks gorgeous, sunshine to start, then a few afternoon clouds, high near 75. The sun rose at 6:05 a.m. and will set at 7:48 p.m. A couple of interesting anniversaries to mark, artistic anniversaries to mark today, because on this date, April 27th, in the year 1667, the great English poet John Milton sold the copyright of the great English poem Paradise Lost for just £10. He was at that point blind and very poor and sold the rights to a masterpiece for very little money. Also on this date, April 27th, in the year 1810, Ludwig van Beethoven composed his famous piece for piano, für Elise, for Elise. Some of you who study piano have probably learned to play it. It's a very famous early piano piece to play. Fourth graders, on this date in 1773, the British Parliament passed the Tea Act, and you know what happened after that. And also, April 27th is a public holiday in South Africa called Freedom Day. This celebrates freedom and commemorates the first elections held in South Africa after the apartheid era. Apartheid was an awful thing, a tragic thing. It literally means aparthood or apartness, which obviously sort of has some resonance for us in this quarantine time. But apartheid was a system of racial segregation in South Africa and Namibia that went on for 50 years. And so once Nelson Mandela was elected president, and the first post-apartheid elections happened, this was the first time that everyone from any race group was allowed to vote. On the first commemoration of this holiday, President Nelson Mandela spoke to Parliament, and he said, "As dawn ushered in this day, the 27th of April 1994, few of us could suppress the welling of emotion as we were reminded of the terrible past from which we came as a nation, the great possibilities that we now have, and the bright future that beckons us. And so we assemble here today and in other parts of the country to mark a historic day in the life of our nation. Wherever South Africans are across the globe, our hearts beat as one as we renew our common loyalty to our country and our commitment to its future." Finally, today, April 27th, marks the end of the governor's stay-at-home order and the beginning of the new safer-at-home order. In many ways, this probably doesn't change much for us as a school. Our building is closed through the end of the year. Distance learning continues as before. And if we haven't already, this means we are really settling in for the long haul. And it is hard. Everyone is being asked to be so strong, so calm, so cheerful, so patient. And we don't always feel that way. But I want us to try to find the good in this. One thing that I have been thinking about, one thing that I'm really hopeful about, is that we will all stop taking each other for granted after this. We won't take grocery store workers for granted, or restaurant workers. We certainly won't take first responders and healthcare workers for granted. Teachers love their students, and they don't take students for granted. But I think we will be even more grateful for you when this is all over, because we miss seeing you so much right now. And I'm pretty sure that you will all be really grateful for your teachers whenever you're finally able to see them again. In the meantime, let's all work to be patient with ourselves, with each other, with our schoolwork. Don't get frustrated or lose heart If your work feels more difficult than usual, of course it's more difficult. You don't have your teacher right there. You don't have the person right at your elbow to ask questions of. And be patient with your folks when they are helping you with your work. They didn't sign up to be teachers. So give them a lot of grace and give yourself a lot of grace on your schoolwork. It's okay. It's going to be fine. Folks, this is a marathon, not a sprint. So you have to pace yourself. Find lots of things to enjoy in the day. Make your days feel rich and full and packed with good things. Let us look to the future and to coming out on the other side of this stronger than ever. Very happy to see each other's faces, not on a screen, but in person. So take heart. Keep tending to your victory garden. Keep a pleasant schedule and a good routine. Get fresh air and plenty of exercise. Be a helper to your family. Please do not altercate with your siblings. Don't have an altercation. If it is your birthday today, April 27th, happy birthday. I hope you all have a day of kindness, friendliness, and peace. Folks, we're all in this together. I'll see you tomorrow.